Okay, hello HevoPod listeners and viewers. This is, I don't think so. This guy needs an introduction.
Oh no, come on, man. It's all good. Introduce me. It's all good, SK. Yeah.
This is Reshmonu. I think most of us know him as a singer back in our days, in early 2000s, late 90s,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. So he
Mhm.
was one of the singer who was very hot at that time.
Okay. Too hot. Too hot.
You're hot. I know you're hot in a different kind of way.
Oh, sweet, man. Yeah.
Okay, so now the reason why I invited Reshmonu to this podcast is because he's one of the artists who is very active in fitness. So we're going to ask some questions with him. So introduce yourself. How you want to introduce yourself?
Well, yeah, I started in the music industry in 2004, my first album, and actually have been releasing a couple of albums throughout the years as well. But of course, I was working on a new project that was meant to come out, and then of course the whole COVID scenario. So it's a question of waiting for the right time before I release any new material. But I got into fitness, SK, uh, about, I would say, 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's quite long. Actually, what like
Yes.
okay, coming to the first question I want to ask you, what
Yeah.
made you to be active in your fitness? Because it's
Uh,
a like you were active like in a vigorous way. If I'm not mistaken, like you were like damn bloody active. So it was like a big transition, if I'm not mistaken. So what made you to be active in fitness?
yeah. Okay. So, well, to give you a very short and concise answer, I got into fitness for two reasons.
Hmm.
Because I wanted to be, I became a father,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And I wanted to bring my health level personally. I wanted to, improve my health level, and I felt like there were certain things that I was doing back then which would, if I were carrying on the way I was back then, I definitely would have led towards a not a very healthy lifestyle. Yeah. So I put a stop to it, and yeah, I did it for my kids, and I did it for me.
Yeah, it's a good thing actually how beautiful the kid changed you in that perspective. It's really beautiful. Like okay,
Absolutely correct.
yeah, okay. What did you start first? Like how did you start? Like did you go straight to the gym and then start, or did you do body weight
No,
workouts?
no. My initial, okay, the first, I was being managed by a company. So my management company held a couple of interviews with personal trainers. And I was lucky enough to get myself a wonderful personal trainer, right, by the name of Steven. And
Hmm.
he basically started me from ground zero.
Okay.
So the initial workouts would be trying to get my metabolic rate, trying to
Higher.
up my metabolic rate. Yes, exactly, because it was resting too long. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've always been a very energetic person,
Okay.
but when I talk about metabolic rate in terms of exercising, it's very different
Yes.
compared to
True.
the type of energetic movements we do on stage as a musician, right?
Yes. Hmm.
So yeah, so initially started off with simple running, just to get my cardiovascular up, right,
Hmm.
to get my metabolic rate up, and basically work from ground zero, as in my foundation, my core strength.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So working from that, then we slowly progressed into the gym. At that point in time, I had an apartment, and we had a small little gym in the apartment. So it had all the things that we required, and with the proper knowledge, that's how my fitness journey started. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good actually. Okay. If I'm sorry for asking, what's your age? Currently 40.
Currently, oh, I'm 45, but dude, I feel 20, man.
Man,
I
you look so
Yeah.
much younger, like
Thank
literally.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, like how do you keep yourself very motivated? Like you said, I can see your pose and everything. You are always energetic. Like you
Right.
are energetic. You just said that you are very hyper. everything. And regardless of that, how you keep yourself motivated all the time?
Okay. Well, uh, when I was born, very very energetic. I was all you know. I was a very energetic baby, a very energetic childhood. I was very involved in sports. I've always been a hyper person, yeah, per se, right? Uh, but the important points, objectively, that keep me going is simple things like consistency, because I know I have to be consistent,
Consistent, yeah.
right? Simple points like knowing my body,
Mm,
my body type, right? Knowing my food, right?
yes,
And
yes.
and the most important thing is that post-workout feeling, right?
The
So
feel
that,
after, yeah, I
yes,
understand.
correct, exactly. And of course, I've joked about it on my posts, and I always say endorphins, endorphins, endorphins. Yes, but it is a wonderful
Feel,
feeling. The sense of clarity. SK, I know you work out too, and for those people out there who work out, the sense of clarity you get after a workout session is amazing.
yes, true.
It really puts you in focus. It If you are having a very very bad day, after a workout you really feel elevated. It's a wonderful feeling in a
I would
nutshell,
say
right?
it's a sense of like you felt you accomplished something, you have done something, like,
Agreed.
yeah,
Exactly.
there's something
Absolutely.
productive there, hyper productive there.
Absolutely correct. So yeah, to answer your question, that's what keeps me going. And it's because I'm able to clear my mind and get a sense of clarity after my post workout. I'm able to spend quality time with my children without having to worry about mobility issues or the
Yeah,
sudden
true.
neck ache,
Pain.
or oh my God, yeah, because my youngest, he's 9 years old,
Yeah,
and I'm doing things with him, right, that I'm proud of, that I'm able to do, right,
understood.
because of the health journey that I have chosen, right?
Because
Yes.
yeah, that's
So
the importance of like being active, because you want your hip mobility to be like really good, because you don't want to be in pain all the time. You want be to climb the stairs without any trouble. So which is very 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 good. And what you do with your kids, like do you like do your kids like involved in their active, or they go jogging with you, or they run with you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, my kids are kids, lah. The attention span is very, very. I mean, we were all kids at one point in time. So,
Yeah.
to actually hold them down and say, "I'm going to set a 4 rounds of an MRAP for you, and you're going to be doing this, this, this." It's impossible sometimes.
True,
Sometimes
true,
it's
true.
impossible, right? But yes, I have, within their own space, motivated them to join me in my workouts, because you see, they've seen me doing this all their lives, so they also get interested. So my eldest boy, in fact, my eldest boy, who is 16,
Hmm.
right, just just completed his IB course, and one of the segments for his Duke of Edinburgh, part of the components of his educational system, is
Okay.
I got him into weightlifting,
Okay.
right? So he did a segment on Olympic weightlifting, so where he learned about snatches,
That's good.
right, and cleans, and yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So I mean, these boys have seen me go through the different stages in my fitness journey. So in their mind, they're going like, "Hey, Papa's doing this. This is interesting, right?" But whether or not I force it upon them, no. I do my. I was doing my. I've been doing my handstands for the longest time, and they've been watching it, and suddenly they started doing it. I
That's,
got motivated. I got A lot of people don't
uh,
know, but I got motivated to do my single handstand by my second boy.
mm,
Because one day when he got into his like, I want to do this handstands thing. Suddenly he started doing a single handstand, right, facing the wall, and I was like, hey, he can do it, means I can do it. So we motivate each other in that sense. Yeah. So I mean, I keep active with the boys. We play badminton. They work out with me. They do some circuit runs with me as well. So it really depends on how they feel. But under the current circumstances,
yeah.
because they've got their classes and their
Process and
schedules are, yeah, erratic, because sometimes, we've been going through opens and school opens and then school closes again for COVID, and so the schedule's not really fixed, right? So that has been a bit of a pain in the butt, bro. Let's put it to you that way. Yeah.
Because the online classes, is it? Or yeah,
Online classes.
That's
Yeah.
true. So like you have your own work, families, fitness. Because I know, because when you are, it's like do you feel like you are juggling a lot of things when you're involved all these things, or is it like I'm good?
Oh, very good question. I believe that you have to make fitness a lifestyle.
Yeah, true.
What do I mean by that? Very, very simple.
Mm.
If you have time to get up in the morning and brush your teeth, if you have
Mm.
time to have a bath,
Mm.
right, and you have time to have your dinner, then fitness should be there somewhere.
Yes,
So
like
because there's no two ways about it. So do
yes.
not give me the excuse as, oh, it has no time. No, you can find time. No one's telling you that you have to work out for 1.5 hours. No one's telling you
No
that,
necessarily. Yes,
right?
you, half an hour is good. Like chill.
Now, yeah, and if you have a schedule issue,
Yeah,
even a 15-minute walk on the treadmill, right,
nice.
or even a
Good.
15-minute, yeah, makes you burn your calories up, increases your metabolic
What
rate
is
for the
it?
day,
True.
gets you, yeah, kickstarts you. You know what I mean? So the most important point here, which I want to emphasize, is make fitness a lifestyle.
That's a lifetime. It's not something that you do for quite some of time and then you stop. No, it's not like that. The
I,
journey that you're going through, it's a journey. Obviously, it's a
yeah,
marathon. People
well,
say it's a marathon.
yeah, like once again, would you brush your teeth only for 3 days in a week, and then for the other remaining days you don't brush your teeth? Exactly. So it's a lifestyle.
Okay.
You choose a lifestyle to be clean, healthy, right? That's what it is. You fit your fitness into that. That's what I
So
believe.
yeah, okay. Like if I'm not mistaken, you're doing hit snatches, Olympic lifting, a lot of things. Like do you
Yeah.
you are doing that because you are doing because you like it, or because like it gave you any benefit to for your
Oh,
fitness journey, or
okay. So so coming back to my story. So initially I started off with a private a trainer, right?
yeah,
And then when I got to a certain level with him, and I started progressing, and then I found myself a second home, I would call
yeah,
it, called Pushmore. And over there, the head coach, Jonathan Wong, right? In that place, Coach John has it's not okay now. For those who don't know, Pushmore actually started off as Asia's first CrossFit alliance
okay,
in Asia.
in
Yeah,
Asia,
it was the first gym to actually have a CrossFit alliance
CrossFit
with the
ones.
US.
Hmm.
All right, but they since then they have dropped that because Coach Jonathan has now created his own syllabus based on his experience, which is
Hmm.
a combination of gymnastics,
Yeah.
Olympic weightlifting,
Hmm.
right, hit and circuit runs,
Yes.
right. So that's basically what I've been on right after I joined him about, I mean, it's been 8 years now,
Hmm.
right? And I just want to add, it is Sense and Sensibility. It's, fitness is something that you have to do objectively,
Yes.
right? I am not, SK, I'm not competing, all
Yeah,
right?
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not competing. I don't need to see serious gains. If I
Yeah.
mean, if I was
True.
in, if I was in a weightlifting, I'm sorry, if I was in a bodybuilding
Yeah.
competition, yes, then you have a certain program for that. If I was taking part in a CrossFit competition, then you have certain movements
Oh,
for that.
for that.
Yes,
Yeah.
but currently, I am proud to say that I have found a perfect balance between all these different movements, right? Which because of my years of training, right? And of course, I'm not saying that I've not had injuries in the past. I have, right? I don't think any one of us can sit down here
Tell.
and lie about that. We've all
Yeah.
had some
We
sort of
have all
injury.
injuries.
Yeah, correct,
That's true.
exactly. But it's what we do after that and how we
Yeah.
improve ourselves. I've been injury free now for the past 2 years
That's
only
good.
because even in the health journey, my health age, I have learned what to do and what not to do. you know Listen to your body. There's
Yes.
really, I know there's a lot of people out there who follow influencers, and yes, they
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
very good valid points, but look, remember, these guys have been doing this for years,
Yes.
right? And if you're going to try and follow what they're doing, then you have to keep your reps down, you have to keep your weights down,
Now,
start from level 0, build your way up, right? And then find something that works for you.
uh,
Us all very, very differently,
yeah, okay.
right?
Because like
Yeah.
I always to tell like everyone, like, whoever who like want to get some advice or any kind of info, the only thing that I would say is don't follow blindly, like like you say.
Agree.
People are doing, because if I'm a bodybuilder and I'm lifting heavy weights or stuff like this, I'm working out 6 days or 7 days, like blah 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 stuff like that, uh, taking so much of protein food intake. It's not for you. It meant for myself and for myself only, not for you. You're someone
Correct.
who moderate sedentary lifestyle. You just want to lose some fat. You just have to start from zero and then try to make it the consistency first.
Absolutely correct, SK. And
Yeah. So yeah.
just to further another point that you talked about, supplements.
Yeah.
If we
Supplements.
can just jump, I'm on zero supplements, brother. Do you know
Mm.
something? For the past 8 to 9 years, I don't even take a single vitamin.
Oh, that's good.
I don't take vitamins. I don't take vitamins. I don't take supplements. I don't take creatine. I don't take. The only thing I do is I drink a lot of water,
Mm.
right? And I eat when my body tells me to eat, and I refrain when my body tells me enough,
Ah,
right?
that's
It's,
good.
it's a very, very simple formula in my books. Your input and your
Your
output.
output. It's a simple
Exactly. That's
calorie in, calorie out. It's just that
that's right.
you're controlling your food intake. So how you control your food? Because do you most of the time you cook, or you how
Yeah.
you
Well,
manage your nutrition?
well, brother, this is where again I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm practical.
Hmm.
I have, I yes, we cook most days,
Hmm.
but given the state and the ecosystem that I live in right now, I want to be in a position where if I'm out there and I have the non-availability of home cooked food, nothing changes my body. You get
Yeah.
my point, no?
True. True.
So
True.
I
True.
have trained my body to be ready for any situation.
Hmm.
Whether I'm stuck in an island
Yes.
where there's nothing,
Yeah.
right? Then yes, I will look to natural resources, and I
Yes.
know I can do it.
Yeah.
I have weaned off coffee about 8 9 years ago. I weaned off coffee totally, right? And so much so that now coffee is just like oh, if I feel like having a coffee, I'll have one
I'll
cup.
just have coffee.
So
It's
I don't. Yeah, correct. I don't
because
get up.
the food between the food relationship is better now. Like the relationship between you and the food is like so much better that you are not. It's not like addictive for you, or I must eat this or
No,
I must eat that.
no,
No, if
no, I
like
don't.
okay,
But
if I want to eat one slice of pizza or one the whole box of pizza, I'll eat, no problem. But it's not going
yeah,
to change anything because I'll be
yes,
back to normal tomorrow.
absolutely correct. So that's how I've trained my body. And the other thing I want to say, the only thing that I have, two things that I have kept a close eye on, SK, is carbs,
Yeah,
my carb intake,
your carb intake.
and my sugar intake. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah, these are the two things that I have kept an eye, because I come from a family where there is history of
Yes.
heart diseases, and also history of diabetes. So these are two things that I keep an eye on. But my blood checks are all touch wood perfect.
That's
My
good.
health level touch wood is perfect. Everything is going good, and I'm proud to say I'm doing it the natural way.
Yeah, true. Nice.
One of the
Because
one of the one of
recently,
the biggest, yeah,
even recently, I did one podcast with one of the doctor regarding diabetes.
right.
So we discussed about diabetic thing and everything. Like if I'm not mistaken, the type 2 diabetic is can be developed if you have the genetic in your blood. So it's better for you to be careful than trying to indulge in with this sugar stuff, carbs, a lot of stuff. If unless you're not
Agree.
active, like anything else boils down to this being active, moving more, making it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and I
So
think that's a perfect word to talk about right now, especially during this very demotivating times.
yeah,
There are a lot of people stuck at home trying to figure out what to do. I'm not saying that I have not had those moments. Even I have been tested at those moments. But I think if if you can latch on to something that works out for you, like a routine, or even like a certain workout where you plan out your workouts weekly. Now I don't plan my workouts for the month ratio. No, I really actually every day when I get up, I really listen to my body. So if I feel like doing back squats today, I'll do back squats today. If I feel like doing a circuit workout today, I'll do a circuit workout today. And if tomorrow I get up and my body tells me, hey, you know what, Resh, forget it, lah, just chill out for the next 2 days and let's watch some TV, and then I'll do that, right? Again, what are your objectives, SK? That's what people need to sit down and ask. So everyone out there who's watching this podcast, the first most important question you have to ask yourself is, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. That is the most important thing. And when you home on to that, right, then you are able to gradually build something that works for you.
Yeah. Because you need to start first. That's the thing. Like,
agreed.
People are worrying too much that no, I don't know what to do. No, just do. That's all. Simple as that. Yeah. Because once you start in the journey, you learn more.
Correct.
That's what we all. What's all we all done.
Exactly. And I think the other important thing is, once you start your health journey, one of the things that I'm an engineer. All right. That's my profession. I did my sound engineering, but I also did my electrical electronics. So my thought process is very, very simple. How I approach fitness is, if I were to build a house, what is the first thing I do when I build a house? I build a foundation.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Foundation.
So the foundation in fitness equates to your core strength. If your core strength is not in check, you are not going to be able to do other exercises injury-free, right? So my advice to any fitness, newcomer or newbie, right? Or, yes, to be honest with you, even to certain people who've already been in fitness, they get so caught up with the number of reps and the types of weights they're using and all that they forget the very fundamental core strength. Right. And I think that's the most important thing, is find your core strength first. So that's what I've been learning. My first 3 to 4 to 5 years at Pushmore under Coach John. The reason why we did a lot of gymnastics, we were doing movements, Chinese weight Olympic warm-up movements, that involve the stretching of ligaments, right? It went so micro into that. And we went on that course for me, and until I got my core strength to a certain level, and that's when I started increasing my weights, and that's when it made sense, because my core was in check, right? Because I'm suddenly able to do all the other maybe isometric workouts or whatever other movements that you're talking about, right? I was suddenly able to do that and slowly start increasing the weights without the fear of having an injury. So I think that's the other important thing, is sometimes you really got to put your ego aside.
Yeah, you have to.
It doesn't matter if you walk into the gym when the gym opens, and if you're not getting the depth in your back squats, and it means you having to just strip down to a 60 kg weight load, just so that you can get your depth proper and engage.
True.
Yeah.
Do it lah. What's the no because they are so it does this kind of okay, I'm doing 100 kg. No, I cannot reduce to 60 kg, 50 kg because it's my reputation. It's going to no one looking at you.
And then the injury comes.
Yeah.
And
then you have to rest.
Correct. Then you're slapping yourself silly. Oh my God. And what happens when your injury comes? Here's what happens. You naturally have to start again at a very low weight.
Yeah, again.
Exactly. So my question is, what's your hurry, lah? What is your hurry? You are not competing for anything important, right? You are not, I don't see you having a deadline of a certain achievement. So if you don't have these things, just take your time with it. And that's when you learn this word called having fun with your workouts. And that's what I'm doing. I have fun when I do my workouts. If you've seen if you're following me on Instagram, SK, and you see how I work out, I'm smiling, I'm creating. I'm in a very interesting position in my life right now in my fitness journey. Is over the span of 2 years, I have found the confidence to actually program my workouts.
That's good.
right? So now I've acquired the journey. I'm not saying that I've graduated from a fitness course. No, don't get me wrong,
No, no,
right?
no.
But I have graduated in my personal fitness course
Yeah, that's good.
for my body structure. So when I get out there and I know I have my double unders, my ropes, and I know that I've got a beautiful 1 km run track in front of my house, and I know how my body is going to react after the 1 km. What am I going to do during the 1 km? I suddenly find myself in a beautiful position, SK, where I'm actually programming my own workouts, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Because then you set little targets. Okay, if I can do, I knew I could do 5 rounds last week of these similar amounts, right? So maybe today I'll push for 6 rounds. But then again, I'll tell myself, if I can't hit the 6 rounds, it's okay. It's all right,
Next time you can try
but
again.
you can try again, exactly. So that is the next. This is one of the reasons why I'm smiling, because suddenly I found something that fits me,
Mm.
and and it's a combination of everything.
Yeah.
I did my first 15-kilometer run on my birthday when I was 45 years old. I did 45 different movements, right, which took me a span of 5 to 6 hours on my birthday. So these are all
Wow.
little. These are all little uh, uh,
Steps
targets and
first. Or
steps,
yeah,
milestones
milestones.
that
Yeah.
that you can set for yourself, which makes it fun,
True,
right?
true, true.
Which makes it fun. But of course, you have to pay your dues, lah, bro. There's no
Yeah.
shortcut to
That's okay.
fitness. You have to
True.
start with no
Slow.
ego. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because
Correct.
like the problem is people want to be there fast. That's the main. A lot of people they want to start. They want because they already have their target. So like I want to lose this much of weight in this much of weeks. So what they do is try to speed up the process, and then the only thing that I have asked to anyone, like my clients, normal people, anyone, the only thing I ask, what you going to do after that? Like, is there anything that you why you are rushing? You have so much of time. You have so much
Agreed.
of time to do things, and you have so much of things to learn. Why don't you start
Yeah.
slow and then easy and make it like have fun with it?
Make it gradual. And SK, I'm sure a man of your experience would have witnessed what I'm about to tell you. The guys that really, really lose very, very quickly, they put it back on very, very
You
quickly.
know why? What's the reason? The main reason is they didn't change. They change for quite some time, and then they come back to that. Yeah, it's only short time. Like they didn't
Correct.
change the lifestyle, they didn't change the habit, they didn't
Exactly.
change anything, they didn't find the balance. So they didn't find
Exactly.
any of these things, and then they end up putting back. They are back to their normal routine.
Agreed. So speaking of balance, I found my balance about 8 years after I start my fitness journey,
See,
right? And now that I
next
found my
time,
balance,
yeah,
right? Now that I found my balance, now I'm upping it. I'm unbreaking certain movements. That suddenly my body is able to do, which I'm also shocked, brother. I am doing things at 45 that I never could do it when I was 16.
damn,
Even when I was 16 years old, I could never.
yeah.
So that's a story to be told. It's very, very simple. Your body is able to do so many things if you give it a chance, if you do it properly, right?
That's how beautiful it is.
Yes,
Your
agreed.
body are capable of giving you what how you manipulating it, how you be giving the stimulus, all this
Yeah.
stuff. Basically you will reverse you age in reverse.
Hey, I'm feeling young, bro. SK, bring it on, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I can see the like the energetic you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so like okay, you so done with the fitness, so you were saying you are in the project of some songs, is it, or some
Yeah.
movies?
Well, I was finalizing ideas for my new song, my new album, rather. Sorry,
Okay.
but now it's on hold because of the COVID, because that involves a bit of traveling, right? So, yeah, currently, music is. I'm still doing music. I'm working on a couple of things which you'll find out very soon, but that's on a standstill until the COVID is
Yeah,
you know
we're waiting because
not proceeding.
Hey Wale Wale must be back.
Yeah, Hey Wali Wali was my biggest hit, no doubt. Yep.
Yeah. And your hair, like it was iconic.
Thank you. Thank
You
you
know
so
your
much.
hair was iconic, right? Like Like
Yes,
I
yes, I
was
do.
like
Yes. Yes, so I've been told many times. Yeah.
many times. So okay, to wrap up this podcast, we're going to coming to the end. So what is your advice in fitness wise or in life wise to younger generations?
Okay. You know, I've always believed in one thing. Life is what you make of it. What I mean by that is we all have different life journeys.
Mm,
We all have our down moments. We all have our up moments. How we deal with it is a personal thing. So my advice to you is always remember, if your fitness is not in check, then your mind is not in check. Then how do you resolve these problems? So my advice to you is find a beautiful balance. Get into fitness. Let it help you, because I believe a healthy body is a healthy mind,
mm,
right? And life is what you make of it. So don't waste any time, people. Anyone watching this podcast, if you feel like, oh my God, easy for you to say Resh or easy for you to say SK, it's not that.
yeah,
It's easy for you to do. It's for you to get up, right, and do something for you,
true.
right? And if your fitness is not in check, how do you do anything else, right? So my advice to you is stop procrastinating, stop coming up with excuses, just get into some sort of routine, and I guarantee you that you will feel better.
Yeah, so much of true, like what you said, because mind is very important also, because if the mind is not in the right place for you to do, it's very hard for you to do anything. That's literally very, very true. So guys, I would like to thank Reshmonu, like thanks a lot for coming the show. So as a gratitude, I would like to give one of my gym t-shirt. I'll send it to your house later. Ask your
Thank you.
address.
Thank you. Make sure you sign on it, SK. Yeah.
No. I think I need your sign. No, literally, one of one of my brother, like my brother, he's big fan of you. Last time he used to listen to your song, the A
Right.
Wale song. So now I
Send
said,
him, send him my regards. Send him my
yeah, sure,
regards.
sure, I will, I
Yeah.
will. Thanks, Reshmono. Thanks a lot. I hope people will, because, like you said, you had a lot of experience, in fitness journey. So I hope people will get benefit something from this podcast. And thanks for you again.
Thank you. Thank you for having this podcast, SK. It's very good of you. I think it's very informative,
Yes.
right? And you, God bless you, and you keep doing what you need to do. All right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the word.
Yes.
See you, Reshmono.
Gravel.